Hello, everyone. It is the 25th of March, 2024. Another live stream here from Big Man's Woods from my Scout Loft. Now, I have come so overdressed. I came straight from the swimming pool. My son having his lessons. I've got a t-shirt, this thick Scout shirt, the old style, and I'm sweating buckets. I had the studio light on. I am boiling, so I've turned it off. So it's a bit dark tonight. Apologies, but pre-menopausal, I think. Trying out again last week went so well, streaming live on Instagram. So if you are watching on Instagram, thank you very much. Let's find out who is in the house tonight, and then we'll get on with what we're talking about tonight. So let's see. We have got Harold is here. He messaged me going, Mark, is there a technical problem? You're not streaming, and that was an hour ago, and he's in the wrong time zone. So thank you very much for joining us, Harold. Charlotte's here from Ramsgate. How you doing? Justin is here. We have got James tuning in from Ham Scouts down the road, not too far. Chris is here. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you. Jonathan is here. Jason, Northants. Awesome. We got Craig tuning in from Portsmouth. We had a great time last weekend in your neck of the woods. Yes, you were up Packer, if I remember rightly. So good to have you here, and I hope you enjoy Packer. Dan's in the building. Dan is going to Packer next year. So he went to Packer like a recce 2 weeks ago. So Packer is getting very busy. And I do know this hasn't been officially announced. So it's just between me and you. Don't repeat this. But they're going to be bringing back Sam. They'll be bringing back family camping over at Packer during the summer holidays. So I can give you a heads up. That hasn't been announced, but I do know that that's what they're bringing back. Shh. You didn't hear it from me, okay? But that's what they're doing it. Jim saying hi, Sam. I was really thinking, why are you messaging my sister? But then I realized my photos from last night, Fireman Sam. Yeah. Jason, how you doing? Have a cohort coach Zoom. Squirrels. Nice. Too loud for me. Too loud. Dominic, how you doing? We've got Ray tuning in on the bus. He's probably putting the alarm on the shop where he works. So yeah. Let's see if anyone's tuning in over on Instagram. We've got Jojo Green. Ollie's tuning in. 23rd Camberwell. We've got Denise. How you doing? David Rowland. Some other people. I can't work out your profile name over on Instagram, but if you want to join me on Instagram, that is brilliant. Thank you very much for watching wherever you are. More people coming in. Cliff, I'm a parent helper at a cub camp next month. Nice. Awesome. Fantastic. Charlie tuning in from St. Mark's. Lovely. And Ian tuning in from Winona. Cross the road in I looked at your scarf tonight, Ian. I thought, shall I wear that one? And then I thought, actually, I need to wear this one because there's a reason why I'm wearing this scarf tonight, my embroidered one tonight, and I'll be telling you all about why I'm wearing this one. So, Ian, it was a toss-up between this Big Man in the Woods necker or your necker. Next week, I'll wear your one. Promise you. Right, so anyone else joining us on Instagram? No, that's it. No more shout-outs. Ooh, marketing. That was very... Ooh, mate, what was that? Are you being served? That was what popped into my head when I made that comment. Ooh. Right, let's press this button. Get rid of somehow. Where is it? This one. That's what I want to do. get rid of. So what's happening in Scouts this week? My Scouts, we have got a dad coming in tonight, so that's really cool. Good afternoon from America. All about Scouts. It's not afternoon, my friend. It is 6:30 in the evening here in London. South and Southeast London Scouts, make sure you look out for Scouts to apply for Dwayne Field's next trip. Yes, I reposted that on Big Man in the Woods Facebook page. Thank you very much for doing that. We'll talk about that in just a short while. Ada, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Cool. Right. I've got this really horrible tickly cough that's going around that everyone's got. So, did anyone join last night's All Leaders stream in the UK? Apologies if you're tuning in from abroad, across the pond. 6 is still afternoon if you're not an island on me, but true. Good evening in that case. No. 6 p.m. was 6:30 now is evening. It's not afternoon. It is evening. Definitely, once it's past 5, that's the evening. I'm not sure the technical terminology in the official Greenwich Mean Time in scouting, but 6 p.m. for me is the evening. Anyway, let's not get into a debate about times. Ali, South London Scouts, I saw that trip. Sadly, my Scout won't be old enough. It sounds amazing. Yeah, it does. 6 p.m. used to be my morning here. That's back in the day. All right, so All Leaders call last night. It was an interesting one. It got a bit heated from the things I was reading. We're not going to talk about let's not talk about the incident, okay, that took up quite a lot of the All Leaders meeting. We're not going to talk about that at the moment until it's all fully come out in the public and recommendations and stuff. I don't want to touch on that. And it's best if we just kind of not ignore it. That's not what I'm saying, but I think it's best at the moment just to park it on the side, and we'll discuss it when it's all properly recommendations have come out and the police cases has been done and things like that. That's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the new training that people are talking about. When is Compass getting scrapped, and the new software coming, and the new modules that we don't have to. Well, we do. I was just about to grab my wood beads then. But the choice of whether a scout leader does their wood beads or they don't, I think is a bit rubbish, to be honest, that you're now being given the option. Do you want to get your wood beads or not? So I was going to briefly touch on that, and just a bit of this and a bit of that, and just see how your thoughts were. It did go on for a bit of time, didn't it? Over an hour and a half. But I thought all in all, it wasn't too bad of a All Leaders meeting. It wasn't too strenuous, you know. And I got lots of things, lots of ideas, and that kind of helped me for some future vlogs, because I was reading the comments going, oh, people are struggling with that. So it was an interesting meeting. If you didn't see it, it is now being reposted back on the Scout website. So if you want to recap, listen to it. It was informative. It was a good one. So I just want to see what you thought of that last night's meeting. Should be compulsory, absolutely. Jason, I'm a firm believer. If you're going to be a scout leader, listen, we're not talking about at the moment lead volunteer and team volunteer. We're not going to be talking about that. We are scout leaders. So in Big Man in the Woods stream, I'm calling myself a scout leader, and you can be a scout leader. All right, we're not talking about volunteer. I've got to relearn that terminology. A bit like when we had to take our scout promise and law to the king. It took me a few weeks to rewire my brain after 14, 15 years of saying the queen to say the king. So it's going to take me some time to change my title as a scout leader to team volunteer lead and all that kind of stuff. So okay, but yeah, I do agree that it should be compulsory. Max, Nina, Big Man in the fire tracking. You know, when you think of things and think it would be quite fun to post some photos of just being silly last night, and now I'm kind of regretting it. I'm just having my dinner, by the way. I'm not sponsored by Huel, but it's quite nice. We'll have that in a minute. So yeah, I posted. We went to the Beavers, my son's Beavers last night. We went to the fire station, and I was allowed to be a bit silly, jump on the fire truck, take some photos. And now over on Instagram and Facebook, I asked for some captions, and they are, yeah, it's made me chuckle reading them today at work. Just yeah. So if you haven't seen it, head over to Instagram or the Big Man of the Woods Facebook page, and see what people are talking about. See those photos of me in the fireman's truck. Alfie, hello, Alfie, how you doing? Like the Necker, thank you very much. Move. yeah. Sorry, captions were bad. Jason, what were yours? I can't remember what you were posting, but there were lots. They were quite funny. I did like it. What was it? Fireman by Big Man was by day, fireman by night, and hey, anyway. Right, Scout Leader training ongoing in the UK, or is it wood beads and done? I don't know, man. I don't know. Where are you going to be at the NEC? Alfie's asking. We'll talk about that in just a few moments, Alfie. Actually, we'll talk about in about 5 minutes about the weekend at the NEC. Promise you. Craig, as training advisor, I have had to push lots of leaders who just want to help out weekly and not become a full leader. So having the option to do only important module, in my opinion, is a good idea. Okay. Scouts Canada has an optional promise that doesn't have God or the King. No, we have that as well. We have atheists. We have a Scout promise if you're Jew, Muslim, Hindu, different varieties of promises. But the one I do is to take my promise to the King, and it took me a while to forget the Queen and go to the King. But hey. Right, let's pick up the comment that Craig is saying. As a training advisor, I had to push lots of leaders who just want to help out weekly and not become a full leader. So having the option to do only the important module, in my opinion, is a good idea. It is, and it isn't, Craig. It's a hard one. Just looking over on Instagram, seeing what's happening. I don't know. If you want to join Scouts to be a Scout leader, you sign up to do your modules to be a Scout leader. It's kind of like a Scout leader or section assistant. Yeah, absolutely. Jason's saying there should be an assistant then. I think if you want to be the lead, if you want to be the Scout leader, Beaver leader, Cub leader, Explorer leader, Squirrel leader, then you should do your full training to be a Scout leader to get those wood beads. I understand about the whole flexibility. I get it. And being a parent now, I wouldn't have been able to do the training. I'd done my wood beads training in just under a year because I had no kids. So it was just me and my wife, and most weekends for that year, I was going off to do my training and stuff. And maybe if I had kids now, which I know how difficult it is, maybe the situation's changed. But I still fully believe that if you want to become a Scout leader, you should do your full training. That's my honest opinion. Dan, I was at a local networking function organized by the district council, so I have to watch the meeting or replay it when available. It's available now, Dan. From what I saw on a Facebook page. Ali, I think if you help at a meeting on a regular basis, you do the wood badge modules as you have the same responsibilities. Perhaps not if you're not regular. I agree mainly that needs full wood beads. Yeah, definitely. And, we in my group here, we do have section assistants, and those section assistants are amazing. They might not come every week, but they come every other week. They run the meetings, and for various reasons, for work and stuff like that, they don't want to take on the full responsibility. And that's what what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word that when I was reading the comments from the all leaders meeting last night, a lot of the comments were people saying the same thing, that they're finding adult volunteers don't want to commit for various reasons. The main reason is time commitment. They've got other things to do. And also because of the litigation side, people are scared. People are scared they're going to get sued. People are scared they're going to get a jail sentence if sadly things go wrong. And that's what people are, stepping back from. They don't want to fully volunteer because of that, the whole thing that's in the press at the moment. So we've got that to battle against, I guess. Cliff is saying, my son is in the Cubs and I've been thinking about becoming leader. How long does the training take? Cliff, that's a good question. You have 3 years to do your full training, to get your wood beads, to get those dangly little wood beads, and for you to properly say that you're a scout leader, yeah? So you have up to 3 years. Quite a lot you can do online. Quite a lot of it you can do face-to-face. Some of it, if you have history, if you're, been in the scout movement all your life, you can take some of that experience with you as well. But if you were like me, fresh off the street, as they say, I had no scouting experience as a young person. I did it, like I say, all in 1 year. But that was doing a lot, most weekends. And I know probably like yourself, you have a family and work commitments and stuff like that as well. It's not always easy to do. But you can do quite a lot of it online, on modules in e-learning. But my recommendation, this is my personal recommendation, do as much as you can face-to-face. All right. So yes, it is easy to sit in front of a laptop like I'm doing tonight and going on an online module, doing your e-learning, doing it on a Zoom thing, whatever. But if you do the proper face-to-face training, go off to your county training center, wherever it is, you meet like-minded scout leaders. Yeah. Some have been in scouting a long time. They've been a section assistant and doing their things. Others brand new. You've got your facilitators and the speakers who have or should have a wealth of experience. So if you do that face-to-face training, you get loads of different ideas. And have you tried this? And have you tried that game? And program planning. I got a really good idea how to do this. Oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? So when you do face-to-face, you get all these things bouncing off people, rather than if you're just online looking at the laptop. Yes, it is easy. Everyone's working and flexibility and shifts and stuff and family, and it's easier to do it on online. I get it. But if you can do most of your training face-to-face, that's how my preference would be. Alfie, I have a leader that can't do her training as she works weekends. That's another thing, isn't it? We do in my county, which is only next door to you, we do only some modules during the week, normally on a Monday or Tuesday evening. Some of my scout leaders have done that. So maybe that's something we have to think of in the future, do a bit more modules during the week rather than the weekends, because as you say, people work the weekends as well. So it's about flexibility, isn't it? All About Scouts, is wood badge required over there? Our training are broken down differently, and the required training is different than the wood badge. It is and it isn't. It's about to change in the new year about how we train as a scout leader. So it hasn't fully come out in the public of how we're going to do it. I do know how it's going to be running, but it's not out in the public at the moment. I've got no scouting experience. I went to 4 sessions as a kid. I'm a teacher, so I've got experience with young people. Absolutely, Cliff. You'll be amazing. Just don't do squirrels or beavers because they are so noisy. Ian, the basics are good online. Keeps everyone on the same consistent training and satisfies the legal team. Then get out, meet other scouters in person training. Most fun weekend. Yeah. Face-to-face is the best. Did my final manager and support course at the weekend. Now the validation begins. Nice one, Ian. Ian, try and get that validation done as soon as you can, meaning like urgently. Because when the new software flips over from Compass to this new one, if your modules aren't validated in that time frame, that is irrelevant, scrapped, and you'll have to do the training again. It doesn't fully make sense. So if you can get your validation done ASAP, that will be my top tip of today. Craig, networking at district county training is sometimes better than the course. Absolutely. 100% networking. I love networking. Ali, our training advisor sells the face-to-face training as a chance to meet other leaders and have a natter over a brew. I'm friends with people I did my training with, and we all bumped into each other at district county events. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ali, for reminding me, because I did my training, who now is the campsite manager at PACCAR. So if I didn't do my training, I would never known Chris. I'm working closely with PACCAR. So, and we were down there, and it's quite handy to know the manager at PACCAR, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So yeah, let's have a look at Instagram. Did a little Joe, I've learned some great tips and games, etc., from face-to-face training, and there's always tea and biscuits when it's anything scouting. Absolutely, every scout leader loves a cuppa over some biscuits. Great advice. Honestly, Cliff, I would do as much face-to-face as you can. Yeah, like Ian was saying earlier on, if you just do some basic stuff like the history of scouting, that kind of stuff online, okay, fine. But my wife's a teacher, so I know how busy you guys are at the weekends and the evenings in coursework and prep and stuff. I get that. I understand that. So if you can do the basic stuff online, tools for the job, tools for the role, that kind of thing, and then do as much face-to-face as you can, would be my honest opinion, because you get loads and loads of tips and stuff like that from other people. Ben Douglas is in the building. How you doing, Ben? It's good to see you, my friend. Dan, myself. Any WhatsApps? It's that time of the day where the parents start WhatsApping me saying they can't make it. Dan, why are you messaging me? Dan's asking me to send a link. Dan, I'll do it for you, mate. No worries. Dan, myself and section team have been asked to run a session for the county on how to run a large troop. Oh, was it you? I did hear something about this. Hopefully, will inspire people to expand and give more children the opportunity to join scouting. They're doing something quite like this nationally. And I was trying to wonder who these people are that they're asking. Yeah, cool. Ange in the building. Hey, Ange, how you doing? Good to see you. I need to message you to talk about the weekend. Be good to see you. Harold, 35 years since I took my son, due to be reborn weekend, of course. Yikes, he was 2 weeks late. Awesome. Ray, face-to-face to get to learn new games like the Chelsea. The Chelsea pensioner. I have forgotten about that, Ray. I have really, really forgotten that. So I met Ray, who's now become one of my best friends in scouting, and a really good personal friend of mine. So I've known Ray almost since not quite day one, but definitely in the first year of scouting. So nearly 15, 16 years I've known Ray. And when you go into, I don't know what module it was, Ray. Maybe you remember. I don't know. But you get split up into teams. And you don't know anybody, and that's the good thing. It's completely out of my comfort zone. If you've watched my vlogs before about me, super nervous, I'm super quiet, and I don't know people. So having to break my confidence to go and talk to people like that was a real big struggle. And what Ray is talking about is one of the modules. We invented this game called the Chelsea Pensioner. I don't know how we played it, but we were selling it to other leaders like, yeah, everyone plays the Chelsea Pensioner. And all my training, we did the same training with these other leaders. It was just amazing through that whole kind of year. And we still talked about the Chelsea Pensioner game through all these training modules. But I can't remember how we played it. But yeah, I just remember. Thanks very much. James Weston, thank you very much for your donation. That is lovely. Thank you very much. I accept it. Thank you very much, man. That's brilliant. Thank you for supporting Big Man in the Woods. Cliff, as you're a teacher, then it might be a case that quite a lot of the modules can get validated without needing to attend training courses. Absolutely, Dominic, because you've got your training and education stuff in the background. You're right. Okay, Dominic. Craig, I also find if you help run your section evenings, taking the lead in as much as you can for about a year, building your evidence as you go, would-be's can be validated over coffee in about 2 hours. Got it? Very good advice there, Craig. Face-to-face versus online, same as catching live streams and watching later. Yeah. Ray was saying, Nights Away module 18, I was only supposed to be shadowing facility, but end up trying to keep you in Dan Morris all check. Dan Morris, that's the blast from the past. I haven't heard that name for a long time. Let's see if anyone's posting anything on Instagram. We've got no more comments on Instagram, but people are still watching. Thank you very much. Right. I think what we're going to do right now, Mark, I got to go in session. See you Sunday. Yes, Chris, see you Sunday at the NEC. I don't need to explain to you what I'm down to because you already know. Guys, while we're here, we're running out of time. As always, the time always flies when you're having fun, as they say. I have got a question of the week and a game. The question of the week, or should we do a game first? Let's do question of the week. Have a quick read of that while I quickly slurp my drink, guys. Oh, that's better. So Claire emailed me in. Dear Big Man in the Woods, how can scout groups collaborate or joint events or projects? How can scout groups collaborate on joint events or projects? Thanks in advance, Claire, a newly scout leader in Bristol. Awesome. So, need to go. Zoom about to start, Jason. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy your Zoom. So, Claire, collaborations is a really cool thing, and I'm a big pusher on collabs. Teaming up with other scout groups, particularly if you're new or you're stuck in a rut. So when I joined Scouts, as I said, I was never in scouting as a young person, so I didn't quite know how these things worked, and it was all kind of closed. It was all hush hush. People didn't want to share programs. They didn't want to share advice. Hence how Big Man in the Woods started. And there was only one man who let me in as such, and sadly he's no longer with us. He's upstairs. A guy called Dave Fulcard, and he will always be one of my scouting mentors. He helped me so much, and he was the man that kind of just gave me 4 or 5 years worth of programs. Every program that he had, he gave to me. And I think that's what we need to do, is just start talking, start sharing those ideas. They can do it in the same way you do all your sections events with the group. Just meet up with them and work out the role what people undertake. Absolutely. Hey, Lara, good to see you. You need to message me. That's all I'm saying. So yes, I think we should just talk more, even as Ray was saying, talking in your section. So, as a scout leader coming to do some stuff with the beavers, or the beavers going up to, beaver leaders helping out the cubs, or squirrels, explorers coming down to run games for squirrels nights. So keeping it in-house, but I really like to talk in the district. And then for me, I like to talk in the county. And then thanks to Big Man in the Woods, I've gone nationally and worldwide. And I think it's really cool just to start sharing those ideas. And, we've got Facebook with ideas. You can nick ideas and stuff like that. And I've got some ideas this week. I'm like, oh, that might work. Let's run it past Ray, see if he has any ideas and stuff. So I think the internet has helped a lot to get ideas. But it's a bit like going training, isn't it? Going face to face, having those ideas, speaking to other scout leaders and going, I'm really struggling for an idea on how to do X badge, or the theme for this term is recycling. What can we do recycling? And then you go and speak to other leaders and go, actually, what we did a really fun night where we did X, Y, Z. But if I did it again, I would do it differently. You know what I mean? So I think just speaking up. And I don't know why. I really don't know why scouting or scout leaders are so closed. It's so secretive. And that is one of the massive reasons why I started Big Man in the Woods, because there was nothing out there. No one wanted to share ideas, advice, guidance. And I thought, you know what? It's time to start opening the doors. Leaders need to start sharing those ideas and working with each other. So I quite often go around the district and do first aid. I'm lucky. That I've got, 10 CPR dolls and my first aid knowledge. So I do that. I go around the district and teach bushcraft, fire lighting. So maybe there's something that you have a passion, that you know, that you love, that you can speak in your next scout leader meeting in your district and say, you know what, if anyone wants to do a knot board, I really like knots, and I can come to your scout troop and do knots for an evening or something. So if you have a passion, you should go around and share that passion. So maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to think what the beavers are doing cooking tonight. So maybe if you enjoy doing campfire cooking or something. You could go around your district, around your county, and share that experience that you have. So doing more collabs and just reaching out to get those ideas. That's what I would say. Jason, some new friends come out of absolutely, Jason. I've met lifelong friends, true friends aside of scout leaders that become really good personal friends. And that's just for talking and meeting up and going, actually, I'm struggling. I need an idea. Start chatting online, and then you know they've helped you out, so you're going to help them out, and that's what happens. Adam, collaborating two smaller groups can make events, camps worthwhile financially, sharing resources and equipment. We've done lots of camps together with other scout groups. It can be hard, you know, that bigger numbers, but it can also be a lot easier sharing the responsibility and planning and stuff. And as Adam says, you know, you might say to the other group, oh, we'll source all the food and you bring all the tents or something like that, you know, and sharing equipment. Maybe you don't have enough patrol tents, and you know the scout group down in the next village has loads of patrol tents, so borrow stuff from them. You know, you don't always have to buy everything. See if other scout groups can lend you equipment. Craig, having just brought some scouts from Portsmouth and had a joint camp with London troop last weekend, it's easy when you know someone from other groups. Absolutely. Craig, you should have told me. We could have done something together in the future, man. Definitely. Ian, and now you can talk in a pumper. Ray is saying on the bus, knowledge is power, and some people are in the business of politicking themselves up the ladder instead of making a difference to young people. I would like to say I disagree with you, Ray, but you know it's true. Evening, big man. We are hosting Sussex Explorers in Northern Ireland this summer. Oh, Peter, is there an option for London Scouts to come over to Ireland? Love to do that. Excuse me as I have my dinner. So yeah, I think just sharing your passion and your knowledge and stuff like that with other scout leaders. Not only does it enhance the scouts or the young people, but you will learn something from that scout leader. Maybe you pick up something, a tip or trick or something you never know how to do a particular knot, and they've shown you that, or fire lighting or something like that. So yeah, it's always good. It's always good to talk, as BC say. Borrowed many craft ideas from Facebook. Craft made an Eclipse viewers a couple of weeks ago from April the 8th. Shared my ideas with Scouts Canada discussion group as well on Facebook. So, yeah, that's what it always is. It's about getting ideas. How can you do it? How can you change it? You know, there's all things like Taskmaster. Lots of Scouts have done Taskmaster. Why reinvent the wheel when it's already there? You know what I mean? Anyone saying on Instagram, Joe, yeah, saying just go and do face-to-face, learn some new games. Absolutely. Talking about new game, let's play a new game for today. I'm thirsty and hungry. That's not the game. Right. So tonight we are playing Guess the Badge. All right. So last week we did Guess the Celebrity Scouter, and Dan got it within the first clue. George Michael. Tonight is a activity badge. I nearly said the section, but I'm going to be harsh. I'm in one of those moods tonight where I'm not going to give you easy. Right, so I won't play this week. No, Dan, you can play because you're not going to get this one. Oh, actually, let's get Jonathan in. I strongly with you. I've been around the world, UK, county, district with our campfires. Love sharing the passion of campfires. Exactly. Share that. Share the love. Right. So, Scout leaders, you've got to work out 5 clues. What is the activity badge? And you'll get a bonus point if you know the section. Okay, here we go. See the spark, the tinder kiss, where flames emerge from the darkness abyss. A fire starter's art, a dance of light to warm our meals in the forest night. Now, as you can guess, ChatGPT wrote these for me. I'm no poet. No poet. So, any answers? Can anyone work out what activity badge this is? See the spark, the tinder kiss, where flames evolve. Peter is saying survival skills. No. Ray is saying survival skills. No. Anyone on Instagram? No one's having it on Instagram yet. No. Oh. Oh man, Ali, well done. Ali, you got it in one. First guess. Backwards cooking Cubs. Or did you quickly chat GBT up and get the answer from them? Beavers, Craft Camp, no. Fire lighting, no. Backwards cooking Cubs. Amazing. Well done. Ali, fantastic. The next one was going to be arrange the timbers, logs aligned like secret shed, a pact defined, the fires are hush, promise kept, as hungry flames leap, the secrets swept. Oh man, E up, Lee's in the building, not even my section. Lee fell asleep. Glad I woke you up, mate. The Billy Can song. Listen close to the Billy Can song. A melody brewed where embers throng. Strew bubbles, whispers of wild herbs. A woodland symphony. Flavors superb. In embers cradle. Oh my God. You can tell I didn't write this, didn't I? Will sticks like wands, culinary flair, sausage twirls, marshmallows dare, a scout's one, conjuring hunger delight, a backwards chef's under starry night. Ali, where are you? Are you taking bets on anything? In regards to what? I don't know what you mean, Lee. Don't know. I'm not sure. Give me a better hint than that. So, Ali, well done. It was backwards cooking for Cubs. Well done. I don't know how you got that in clue one. But well done. Well done for getting it. Oh, I left that up. Sorry. Back to my ugly mug. He's taking bets off if I can get there before the end stream, yeah? I don't think you can, but we'll see. You got another couple of minutes, Ray. Like a little Thursday Big Man Awards lottery. What? No, Lee, we're not doing lottery here tonight. Before we go, because we are running out of time, I just wanted to say if you are up at the NEC this weekend, where are we going? We're going over here. NEC this Saturday, Sunday, 23rd, 24th, Saturday, Sunday at the NEC. I will be there. I'll be doing some bits and pieces. I'm looking after Jason Fox, first of all, on Saturday morning, looking after Michaela Strachan. I'm doing an event at 2 o'clock at Bear Grylls Adventure on the High Ropes. So if you want to come and do an event with me at 2 o'clock in the High Ropes, I will be there. I'll be doing some other bits and pieces around the showground. I'll be doing some stuff on the Scout stand. I'm also going to be doing quite a lot of stuff with Harrison in the cooking outdoor. I nearly coughed. Harrison Ford is doing a cooking session outdoors. So I'll be doing some cooking sessions with him. And I'll also be floating around the NEC. So if you do see me, please stop me, say hello, get some selfies. It'll be awesome to meet you. I'm going to try and do some interviews with some companies who are at the NEC around scouting. I'm going to try and do a live stream from there, depending what the Wi-Fi is. I don't really know. Harold is off to shopping after the show. Nice. What are you going to buy? I'm going to be spending some money at the NEC. Gutted, I'm going to miss it, but I'm helping at the Scouts walking week. Oh, nice, Cleo. That's awesome. Pulpit Badges are going to be there as well. Dwayne Fields will be there on Sunday. Ben Ferg will be there on Sunday, so I'll be looking after them on the Sunday as well. But today I was talking at work because when I got told who I was looking after at the show, and I said to one of the surgeons, I'm going to bring my Wackaday plaster and get Michaela Strachan to sign it. And everyone was like, I don't know who Michaela Strachan is. It was only me and the surgeon who knew what I was talking about when I was talking about Wackaday plaster. I was like, oh, that's a shame. Mandy will be there on Sunday. Nice. Don't forget, Bush Scout will be there all weekends. They are, when you go in, if you turn right, immediately right, I think their stand is B90 off the top of my head. I might have completely made it up, but if you go in, turn right, they'll be there and you'll be able to do some tomahawk throwing, angel throwing, and learn how to do that safely, so you can go back and learn how to do it for your younger section. So that'll be quite cool. Jonathan will be there. Would love a selfie with Michaela Strack. Do you remember her? Remember her on Hitman and Her? No, I don't. Hitman and Her. No, can't say I do. I don't know. Have you got an actual Wackaday mallet's mallet plaster? I do, Ali. And I have a mallet's mallet mimic bunk because many years ago, here we go. Many years ago, I used to do a lot of professional radio. I was working on Heart and Capital and stuff, and I worked not far from here in a town called Marlow. And Timmy Mallet set up this community radio station called Marlow FM, and it was out broadcasting from their railway station. So you would be talking live on the radio, and then someone would go, "Can I get a return ticket to London?" And you'll be trying to talk and introduce guests or whatever. And that was with Timmy Mallet. And I used to work with Timmy Mallet quite long, and he gave me a punk, a Mallet's mallet somewhere up in the loft. So if I have time, I will try and dig it out and get Michaela Strachan to sign it. So yeah, guys, it is now time for me to go. I have got to go, run out of time. I've got to go and get ready for Scouts tonight. We're doing a cyclist badge. So the dad has just arrived. He just gave me the thumbs up, so I've got to go down and see him. A TV show from the 90s from a nightclub where Pete Waterman. No, I don't. I met him at uni. He used to talk. He did. Mallet's Mallet. Timmy Mallet. Cool. So, guys, once again, if you are on the NEC this weekend, come and say hello. I've got some badges. Come and say hello. Get some selfies. Get some badges off me. I've got to go because this dad is down there waving at me and stuff. So, guys, have a great weekend. Have a great Thursday. Enjoy your scouting, and I will see you next Thursday live 6:30. Hopefully. Ray might join us for a live Have a Super Scout night. I will, because I'm not running it tonight. The dad downstairs is running the cyclist badge tonight. That'll be cool. I'll be there all weekend. See you there, mate. Absolutely. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in to another session here at Big Man Lawrence, and I'll see you next Thursday from 6:30.